Hi, I'm Nick Carroll and this is the special Surf Safety Series just for you, brought to you by Surf Lifesaving New South Wales and Coastal Watch. Surf Safety Series number 4. How to do a surfboard rescue. And that's easier than you think. Because we're surfers, we're equipped with this fantastic rescue device. It's called the Surfboard. It'll float anyone and it can be the best friend of someone in serious trouble in the surf. Quick summary, don't rush, approach the person, check them out. If they're conscious, just load them on the board and take them in. If they're unconscious, perform the rescue that we show you. It's always good to get backup from other surfers in this process, even if it's as simple as sending them in to call AAA. So say you're in the situation we started describing in EP 3, where you're just kind of like, wow, someone's been hit by the board. What are your actual steps? What are your actual moves in order to perform a successful rescue of someone using your surfboard? Rule number 1, don't rush. I don't know if you've ever been on the scene when paramedics have been called to a really critical incident. They never rush. They get out of the ambulance and they walk carefully toward the situation and they have a really good look around as they go in, just so they can assess what's happening. If you don't assess what's happening, if you rush in, then you're just as likely to get into trouble as the person who's in trouble. So just don't rush this process, take your time. It's got the other effect of the person in trouble sensing that you know what's going on, which is really valuable in a rescue. So approach the person. If you're in a surf zone, try to do this while you're moving out to sea, not back in. You know, if you're coming back in to get to them, just turn around and come back to them facing out to sea. This is so you can see broken waves coming in and you can assess possible dangers coming toward you from out the back, because that's where they'll come from, whether it be a loose surfboard or a broken wave or whatever. It's not going to come from the beach, it's going to come in towards you from the surf zone. So let's say the person's with us, they're conscious, all right? Have a chat to them, tell them who you are, ask them who they are, try to make a judgment of their state of mind, but stay out of arm's length of this person until you're assured in your own mind that they're kind of sane. When people are panicking, they'll do pretty much anything and they'll put your life in danger if you get too close to them. So just stay away and talk to that person until you know that they've got their head on a little bit straight at least. If it's safe to do so, then just pass your board to that person. Stay out of range while you're doing that, okay? Just let the person grab the board and get on board. That might be all it takes to settle this person down and bring them fully back to sanity and calm. Maybe not, but maybe. Don't take off your leg rope in this process. So once the person is calm, get yourself back on the board and back to the beach. You know, there's a few different ways of doing this on a board. My own personal preference is to put the person who's been in trouble forward on the board and you climb on the back. You've got the leg rope on, remember, so the leg rope's a little bit closer to the back of the board. And also your body weight will help hold that person on the board. You can see what's happening to them. And as you're going in, you're taking the brunt of the white water. That means they're less likely to be knocked off the board and they're more likely to get back to the beach safe and sound. Keep talking during this process. Tell the person what's going on. If you can see white water coming, just say, hey, this is going to be a little wave, it's going to bump us around a bit, but you're fine. Keep the talking going, keep the communication going. Let's say the person's unresponsive. Maybe they're unable to talk properly, maybe they're not breathing properly, maybe they're actually out cold. You're going to have to take a special measure to get them on the board and get them back to the beach. And you have to do this fairly quick. Try to do this move facing toward the beach. Okay, so you've assessed them going out, turn around and come back to them and do this while you're going back to the beach. That means that the time you spend on your board with this person, which is tricky, doesn't involve you having to swing them around through 180 degrees. You're just going straight back to the beach from the outset. Come up next to the person, flip your board upside down, get hold of the person's arms and pull them across the board so their hands are basically around the area of the rail of the surfboard that's facing you. So reach over and supporting the person with one arm, grab your board's other rail with your other arm and pull the board over so that it's facing right way up. The person will now suddenly be lying on top of your board, their chest and their torso generally will be on top of the deck of your surfboard. This is crazy easy, by the way. Like, you can be like a little kid and you can do this with a fully grown person and it'll be like that. So swing the person's legs up on the board so their head swivels around and faces the same direction as the nose of the board. Climb up on the board behind them, use your body weight to pin them down a little bit on the board, head into the beach. Just get there. A lot of people say don't catch a wave. If a wave washes you into the beach, let that happen. Just a tip, this works better with a bigger board. Like, it works fine with one of the Super Clubby rescue boards, okay? It also works fine with a longboard. So if you've got a little board and someone's out in the lineup with a longboard, swap boards, do it with that thing. It'll be a lot quicker, a lot easier. It's super good during this bit to ask for backup from other surfers, especially with an unconscious patient. Even if it's just saying, go to the beach and call O right now. Brings the ambulance to the spot a couple of minutes early. That's a big win right there. Doing a surfboard rescue, don't rush. Have a look around, approach the person. If they're conscious, calm them before you give them the surfboard. Don't take your leg rope off at any time. If they're unconscious, perform the unconscious rescue as we've demonstrated. Ask for help from other surfers in the process. Accomplish it quickly, but once again, don't rush this.